Only once beaten, twice shy on a Detroit mixtape.
Same lifetime.
Wow.
You know, isn't the way.
Remember when he saw
Get to the top of your game, it takes patience.
Big Sean is, well, how would you say, a manifester. He manifests whatever he wants for his music through hard work and just genuinely believing in himself through self-confidence. When releasing his album with Kanye West and Drake, it was, well, a very terrible time in his life because mentally he was not doing the best, but he genuinely believed in himself. He followed all these tenets: patience, imagination, focus, and family. He followed these tenets and focused on what was truly important.
Focus can be the difference between on and off, winning and losing, good and great, between great and the best. Focusing can be the most self-fulfilling thing you could do for yourself, because with focus comes accomplishment. Focusing can bring out your greatest talents and give you true purpose in this world. It could take your natural ability and magnify it to extraordinary. One thing I learned, and I'm sure most of us know, is what you focus on, what you put your energy into, is exactly what we should expect back. That's just the law of the universe, karma. I've seen it happen like 10,000 times. It's as proven as 1 + 1 being 2. Focus is a key to being successful in any situation. If you focus on the wrong, you'll get the wrong things. There's no way to focus on one thing and expect something different. How you focus on something is giving your attention to it. Even if you don't like it and still focus on not liking it, you're still putting your attention to it and will still attract it. For example, if you focus on wanting a new car, you'll keep attracting the idea of wanting a new car. But see, it's easy to confuse that because wanting a new car isn't the way to manifest it. You're simply just wanting a new car, not obtaining a new car. Remember, the intent of your focus is so important. There's a difference between focusing on wanting the new car and focusing on the car being yours. We really should be clear on what we focus on. Honestly, I feel like time is the most valuable thing we've ever been given, and focus runs parallel to that. Because every second of the day, we're focused on something, whether you realize it or not. I, for sure, am a victim of focusing on the wrong thing sometimes. I spent a little too much time on my phone. Fresh, it was too, not that it was too personal, but it was just too fresh for me to touch on that and for put it out, so I held it. And then, I felt like the time was where I was about to, like in 2014, I went on that and for put it out, so I held it. And then, I felt like the time was where I was about to, like in 2014, I was like, all right, I'm gonna drop it. And I redid the second verse on it and just had it in the stash. And it just fit this album so well that I was like, I'm about to roll with it.
It's like you was questioning a lot of things. That's what I say. We sound like you know you're on another level.
Yeah.
But you still trying to keep it real with the hood. The dudes in the hood may be saying like, so that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going through at that time. Not necessarily that specifically, but just like I was questioning and just, I was confused, getting used to, a certain life after you're used to something else. I came from, like, I ain't have nothing, you know what I mean, in the D. And I wrote that song when things were starting to get real, you know what I mean? When I was starting to have some money, and people was looking at me for handouts, and it's like, I mean, everybody doesn't have relatives. You may or may not have a dad or a mom or whatever, but you got something or someone you're loyal to or who's loyal to you. I always heard blood makes you related and loyalty makes you family. The people I'm around, from my homies, mentors, crew, that's my family. They're my motivation. They're the reason that these late nights happen. One of the reasons it makes sense. One of the reasons being successful is so important to me. I feel like family doesn't always mean you're with each other, but the love is always with each other. It means when you come back that the love is still the same, even stronger than last time. You can say the craziest shit, the most hurtful things. But the next day, it's like nothing happened. You have people in your life that'll always be there you can call on, and who can call on you. Because it's not just about having somebody, it's about being that somebody too. Helping others. I personally get inspiration just from that feeling. Because I know we live in a world based off karma, doing the best you can do, watching it all come back. You can try and do it alone. Do whatever you do by yourself. And I ain't saying you can't get far in it. But when you come together, form a team, a unit, it can only go further, faster. I remember hitting my all-time low, depressed. Stuff really just wasn't working out. But if I could go back now and tell myself anything, it's that nothing ever comes out of fear or negativity. You can't expect the best if you're not at your best or feel your best. And that's just the law of the world.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking like that them records was finna be that big. Like to me, them was like some of my more simple beats, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that just kind of clicked in my mind to like, okay, well that's a science to that, you know what I'm saying? People like the stripped down, minimal ideas like that. Ever since I don't know, like a lot of people that's tapped in and tuned in with how I've been like turning up the last few years, that's really from going through that and understanding like what, you know, you got to give the people what they want. When I was working with Kanye, this is before Metro, Mike Will, Mustard, everybody popped off from having they tags.
Right.
I'm literally having genuine conversations with Kanye and he like, man, nah, that's corny. You don't need to put no tag on your beats. I'm like, you know, in hindsight, what if niggas in Paris had a Hit Boy tag on it or whatever, like, you know, and then I had to see Metro, Mustard, Mike Will, as far as a brand and a name surpass me just because
Of they tag.
They had songs on radio and people hearing it all day. So that just made me go into overdrive and be like, I gotta figure out a way to connect my shit. So from like end of 2017, 2018 is when I started just using the straight Hit Boy tag. Then you gave me the Berserk tag. And then I thought like, man, I need to go back and get that Nip tag from back in the day from Alert and use that. And that's kind of like, that's my three main tags, the Berserk tag, the Hit Boy, and the Nipsey tag, man. Yeah, for sure. I can't remember the first song we really did. I think we probably had ideas before we did anything solid.
I remember one of the first ones was, because I was working on a Detroit mixtape at the same time as Cruel Summer, and right after Watch the Throne and all of that, and Finally Famous. So definitely Once Beaten Twice Shy on the Detroit mixtape was one of the first ones, and that was just like off the fly. And we were literally right next to Buckingham Palace, so the royal family, there was complaints that they were getting from the royal family about the music being too loud and like type of smoke that they was smelling, you know what I mean? It was, but we
different vibe for them.
Yeah, we trapped out the whole floor, like 2 floors that we was on, and we did, you know, that one that I had on the Detroit mixtape, and then we also, I think we did Click.
Yeah, we was working on Click, and we was working on a bunch of stuff for the Cruel Summer project.
Stuff that never came out.
Yeah,
I just remember it was cool to like see Kanye, to see you, to see John Legend, Pusha.
Patience. Patience is the ability to accept trouble, suffering, delay, without getting angry or upset. I feel like if you can master patience, you can master anything. To sit and plan out your goals and dreams, strategize, understand how the universe works, how things manifest. The time it takes is part of your own learning process. It's hard to realize this when things aren't coming fast enough, whether it's a check, a job, a loan, a dream, a goal. It all takes patience. So happy, dog, no matter what. No matter what's going on.
Yeah.
To be in LA, to look out that window and see that view. Always remember, with the proper attention, from the highest place, the purest place, the highest vibration, you'll always get what you want. There's no point in rushing. If you rush too much, you might not get where you're going. Usually when you rushing, you stressing, it can affect the quality of any and everything you're doing. You might have 1,000 strikes before you hit a home run. To see the bottom means that the top is just as real and just as obtainable. I realize patience is key for happiness. It allows you to be happier, to always see the bigger picture in everything. I feel like wisdom is priceless, and patience is a major part of that. There are certain things you can control, some you can't. But when you approaching situations with patience, you bringing your best self to that situation, giving yourself the best chance at success at whatever's at hand. I learned there are lessons in patience. It could teach us a lot of things. I could give you 100 stories on how I wish I could have went back in time to talk to myself, tell me to calm down, relax, don't let this throw you off. When I graduated high school, I decided to focus on music. It was one of the hardest things to watch all my homies at school, especially the schools I could have went to. I feel like everyone around me was progressing and I was at a standstill. Man, I was doing a lot of reading. I realized you have to recognize your own process and it can't be measured by anything but happiness. Just remember your journey is the most important part of the story, not the trophy. The time I spent frustrated, depressed, afraid of what might happen or not happen was the worst things I ever went through, the worst feelings I ever felt. I didn't get anywhere thinking, feeling like that. It was when I came out of that way of thinking that it all started turning around. I realized that a man who masters patience is a master of everything else.
The thing is, we spoke about that the same way me and you talk or me and Nas talk. Like, he was hitting me at 8, 9 in the morning, you know, just like sending me sample ideas, like chop this up. I tell him like, I'm gonna have it chopped up by the afternoon, pull up, let's get it done, whatever.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, even just the last few days of us recording have been like, I feel like we hit a new
some of the best sessions, yeah.
Ever. Yeah, I feel like we hit a new level for real.
Nah,
it's like, oh shit.
Right, now it's like, okay, let's stick to this. Let's keep this shit going because the energy is so high.
Yeah, I don't know what happened either. Like, it was going really good. Like, we had like a lot of songs.
Catching momentum, yeah.
But something happened. Like, we walked through a portal a few days ago. Like, so it's ironic that
I still feel like I'm literally in it right now.
Yeah, I know. Like, me too. Even just the song we did last night. But it's ironic that we're doing this interview now, just a few days into like, you know, the new energy. To me, it's like the best creative experiences that I've been in, either in my life or in a long time. So
nah, same here.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like it's not to say easy, but like we done so many ideas now. It's just coming to us at a different pace, and it's feeling right though. It's feeling elevated. I've been thinking about it every day. I play the songs, bro. Like, I wake up, I'm on the phone playing it off the phone. I hop in the whip, go to my workout. I'm playing the joints. I'm on the way back. It's just like, man, I'm really tapped into trying to just elevate everything to the highest possible level.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you. So it's like we both trying to elevate it.
Like, to me, I'm like, you done wrote some of your best raps in the last couple days. That's scary, you know what I'm saying? Because bro got too many verses, too many bars. Like, he one of them dudes that just come modern with the flow every time and catch you off guard. He not doing nothing that's predictable, and that's what I super respect about, you know what I'm saying, what you do. Yeah,
you, man, appreciate that. You too. Like, as a producer, I literally feel the exact same way you said, just like unpredictable. Like, you get in a pocket that could sound like it's right in pocket, but it's something new. It's something that is textured, or something that's just not. It's like going to like the highest level of like cloth. You know what I'm saying? It's like you in streetwear, and then you get the highest couture, Louis Vuitton. It just feels like you master like both of them though. It feels like you know how to tap into so many different, like what Hov said. Hov said you like a Swiss Army knife. Like, you got so many different.
What?
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Yeah, well, good talk, bro.
Yes, sir. You already know.
I'm dapping you up like we not finna go in the next room. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. We got a lot of work to do.
Sure.
We got a lot of music to give to people. We got an important job.
It's on my mind.
The lesson is for me. Make the best life possible with what you have. Work for it. Have imagination. Take your time and build the best possible life you could ever dream of. Like Big Sean. This is a comeback story. Story of just a man trying to make a good life, come back. Seek adventure.
I knew I was gonna make it, I just ain't know how.
Ain't nobody fucking with my
But I knew. My mom taught me early on, this world is what you make it. You create your own environment. It all starts with a vision. What you can imagine, you can create. I came up middle class.
Family.
Not really having shit to spare, not having no money to spare. Had to work for new clothes, gas money. I always wanted to give my mom what she wanted. You know, cars, Benz, houses, whatever. I ain't have it, but I could see it in my head. I could feel the energy of it. Build a house up on that ass, that's a nice state. Roll my weed on it, that's a nice tray. Say yay, don't we do this every day? Something to that time, like you just had a payday. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it always made sense to me. It was all real to me. My imagination was real to me. The people who used to tell me I was wasting my time or said it wouldn't work out were the people who ain't have shit. They ain't have nothing. It wasn't until after meeting the people I grew up to, getting a chance to meet my idols, work with them, I realized they believe what I believe. Imagining it, changing the world, changing their world. A lot of people could imagine, but wouldn't believe it, couldn't fathom it. Not me. I believe. I had imagination.